Hello everyone, good afternoon. Dear authors and invited guests, welcome to Technical Session 9A. Myself Richa Shah and this session will be moderated by me. On behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation and GR Scholastic LLP, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the ninth International Conference on Information and Communication Technology for Sustainable Development ICT4SD 2024 Goa, India. The ninth edition of the conference is being organized in a hybrid mode. The physical event is organized today in Goa, and the virtual event is being held through Zoom on 8th and 9th of August 2024. I hope you will enjoy the knowledgeable and interactive sessions through the day. In this session, we have 10 presentations. Each presenter will be given 8 minutes for the presentation and 2 minutes for question and answers. On 7th minute, I will read the gentle reminder. There is another request to all the participants. Please stay connected with us to the closing remarks. If you have any query or update, then you can write it to me in the chat box. So before we start with our session, I'd like to introduce our session chair, Dr. Rupali Mahajan ma'am. Ma'am is currently working as an associate professor and head at Data Science Department at Vishwakarma Institute of Information Technology, Pune. She's a highly accomplished professional with strong background in computer science and engineering. She has contributed significantly to the field, holding a total of 18 patents. Her research interests span various domains, including machine learning, AI, and deep learning. Welcome to the session, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Uh, Now we'd move on with the paper presentations. I'd like to call Miss Avni ma'am for the paper titled A Comparative Analysis of Multi-Label Emotion Recognition in Music. Ma'am, can you please start with your presentation? Meanwhile, you can go for the next presentation till ma'am joins the meeting.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. Uh, I'd like to call Ms. Rita Ghale for her paper titled An Analytical Overview of Sustainable Strategies of Hindustan Unilever and Samsung Electronics in Business Sustainability. Ma'am, please can you
Thank you.
start with your presentation?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am. Okay, this is my topic, and good afternoon, everyone. Esteemed chair, myself, Dr. Rita, and this is Dr. Rita, Diksha Gandhi, Rajendra Kaur, and Karan Chandhawa. We have brought this paper. The paper is actually based on an analytical study. It's an analytical overview of sustainable strategies of two companies over here, Hindustan Unilever and Samsung, right? This paper examine the contribution of business sectors to the sustainable development of the economy, because sustainable development obliges business entities to set their priorities and take initiatives in the implementation of the sustainable development goals catering to the diversity in global our global markets, right? Further, this paper will be including the strategies of big business industries to achieve the goals of sustainable development, as that is mandatory for all the business entities, with special reference to Hindustan Unilever and the Samsung Electronics. So the main object, this is the crux, the main object of this research paper is to find out that whether the engagement of these entities with SDG, Sustainable Development Goal, is a priority, or if they are giving this priority to be engaging with the sustainable goal, like whether it is differ across the business entities, or are they following the same path, right? So that is the paper will be based on this strategy or having these ideas over here. As far as this meaning sustainability is concerned, it is, and we already know that it is an ability to exist without depleting natural resources for future generation. Or as far as development is concerned, sustainable development, it means meets the need of the present without disturbing or compromising the ability of future generation to meet their own needs. And as far as business sustainability is concerned, it refers to a company's strategies. It refers to a business entity's actions to reduce adverse environmental and social impact which resulting from business operations, their own business operations in a particular market. Right? We know that in 2015, UN has identified or these or introduced these goals, 17 goals, including no poverty and this zero hunger, good health, quality education, gender equality, affordable and clean energy, decent work, and climate action, and so on. These things are over there, right? So why these entities are adopting? Because our in our law under Companies Act 2013, there is a provision called the corporate social responsibility, right? They are giving this triple bottom line, but this triple bottom line is associated with that also, with that provision also, right? This provision is saying these companies, business entities must have giving the contribution, or they have to contribute towards the society also. If they are earning so much, if their net worth of more than 5 crore rupees and their turnover is 1000 crore rupees, right, and their net profit is 5 crore, that is, there is a fluctuations of their amount also, right? So these entities actually adopting this economic, social, environmental factors in their sustainable goal, as such as Hindustan Unilever and Samsung. They are having their different strategies to meet the goals of sustainable development, right? For example, if we'll talk about this Hindustan Unilever at first, right? Uh, this Hindustan Unilever operates as the Indian subsidiary of this British multinational corporation Unilever, right? The main office is in, I think, it's in Mumbai, right? But to come to the sustainable goals of this Hindustan Unilever, it is dedicated to promoting sustainability and actively endeavors to integrate sustainable practices into everyday life. That's their goal, right? Now this paper will discuss this business sustainability of Hindustan Unilever in three areas: environmental, right, social, and governance, with the help of the latest sustainable performance data, which was available over there. We have used that data only. What is the performance of this entity? What is the social performance? Is it high? Yes, it is getting high, and it is high as compared to the previous years over here. And the Hindustan Unilever's, if we'll talk about Hindustan Unilever's waste management, I think I have mentioned that also. Uh, yes, that is relating to the environment performance only, right? Over here, Hindustan Unilever's waste management is, just a minute, it has taken the initiatives. Yeah, environmental and performance over here. If we'll talk about Hindustan Unilever's waste management, it has taken initiatives including partnership with the organization, like this United Nations Development Program, and it is having partnership with the State Bank of India also. They have set up three Swachh Kendras. Is over here in Mumbai. This company, right? They have set up three Swachh Kendras in Mumbai and have developed a curriculum called Waste No More. So they have taken these strategies, following these strategies called Waste No More, to create awareness and drive behavior changes on waste management, and also focused on the recycling. It's also investing in waste management and packaging innovations, with a focus on reducing plastic packages and promoting uh, this circularity. That they have even resized the sachets for their hair and home care profile this portfolios, and their factors are equipped with the pre-processing facilities to boost waste management process, right? So but all in all, this company Hindustan Unilever is slashed CO2 emissions by 94%. If you can see in the paper also, we have mentioned over there that it's slashed CO2 emissions by 94% in its manufacturing process compared to the level of 2008. So it is developing like its goal, whatever in their strategies and policies, they're going with that as per their report, right? They are aiming this net zero effect by 2039. So having that goal also, that is really important if you are following the sustainable development goals. And they also have launched a project Prabhat for engaging local communities with their work, right? In the social performance, they have introduced that thing, right? And here the data is also showing that what is the frequent rate per hours, total rate of this total recordable frequency rate is per hour is this. That is actually they try to get with the or go with the strategies which they have already introduced. It is as far as this waste management is concerned, that is that this corporation has actually this Hindustan Unilever, as compared to 2022, it has focused on renewable energy and waste management, right? And it is as see in the real facts, we can't see that any company is going. This is a critical analysis. Any company is going with the goals which they already have set, but they have at least initiated, right? So similarly, this Hindustan Unilever is also initiated, right? It has made significant strides in waste management and disposal as part of its business sustainability efforts from 2022 or in earlier also. If we're talking about 2018 and 2017's relating to the steps or action taken by Hindustan Unilever in waste management and waste disposal, right? So that company is actually growing by taking these kinds of decisions, introducing something new at every time. For example, in 2021, the corporation reached as a state of plastic neutrality by gathering and responsibly disposing of 1.16 lakh tons. So in every sector, environment, social governance, it is following the goals. This as far as the second company is concerned, that is uh, Samsung Electronics, right? Samsung Electronics is also like it has fixed its own rules, sorry, this goals,
Excuse
and
me, ma'am.
into its
Just a gentle reminder, 7 minutes are over. Can you please wrap up?
yes, as compared to okay, we can come to the critical analysis of these both of the companies, since these are doing well and putting on and framing their policies according to the sustainable goals which are there on international level. But Hindustan Unilever has yes, but Hindustan Unilever has demonstrated significant process in business sustainability. It is it has demonstrated like showing something. The companies are coming with good goals and policies every time, but it also focus certain drawbacks, such as the rise of local brands, particularly in developing countries like India. So it has led to a decline in sales and profit margin for some of Hindustan Unilever's products. So moreover, the growth of these local companies in various countries has increased competition for this Hindustan Unilever, which must be prepared to actively respond to these challenges. Because if you are going down with the local companies, you have to set the standards over there also, right? As far as the Samsung has concerned, it is continuously, it has continued its glory streak in 2023, because KRW was 258.94 trillion in consolidated revenue, like in 4 quarters of 2023, and recognized a global top five brand by Interbrand and global brand consultancy with a project brand, or there are other things also. So it is identified, since it is identified as leader, right? Though it is identified as leader, right? But in as compared to, as if we will talk about human capital, environment, e-waste, there are certain controversial things. It is controversial sourcing strengthening in social and governance sustainability, but environment sustainability has seen sluggish this growth, right? As compared to environment, social and governance sustainability of this company is lacking, right? As per the data, right? So, in the conclusion, we can say like both of the companies, in the crux, we can say both of the companies have set their goals accordingly. But what is the expectations of sustainable development goals on international level? They are showing that they are going with that, but the data is showing that thing, right? But in fact, there are certain things which are lacking. These companies are actually lacking in those things, right? So we have discussed the sustainable practice of two prominent business entities, and to develop, sound sustainable practice, it is very essential not only to allocate a significant fund for CSR initiatives, but also to mindful of the sustainability of the initiatives to which they are diverted, where you are spending your money. Yes, for this corporate social responsibility, you are spending money on environment, social and governance things, because as a part of sustainable development goals, right? But you should be mindful of the sustainability, whether this is going with the sustainability or not. You are not disturbing other goals over there by taking care of these goals, or framing these rules regulations in their policies over there. So this is the main thing. uh, Thank you so much for listening.
Nice presentation, madam. Um, I have only one question. Are there any notable milestones or achievements that each company has reached in their sustainability journey?
Yes, ma'am. The notable reachable goals are, this is actually, there are two things, ma'am. Contribution, right? And where you are spending that contribution, right? Contribution is defined under law. That is Section 135, mentioned this in Companies Act 2013. But the out of sustainable goals, there are seven sustainable goals where you are spending that money. So these entities are actually focusing on climate action, so on, energy saving things, right?
Mm.
That's why they are adopting environment, social, and governance actions, right?
Oh,
How much they are wasting. If they are saying that there is e-waste, right? Zero, for example, this Hindustan Unilever has set a goal that aiming net zero effect by 2039. They are framing their goals over there. Sometimes they are, drawback. Sometimes they are growing. Sometimes they are framing good policy. Sometimes they are not framing good policy. But the one thing is clear over here, that is relating to the environment. Whatever they are doing in their functioning or operationing, they are not going to affect the environment. All the entities, this is uniform for every entity.
okay. Okay, okay. Got it. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you, ma'am, for the presentation. Moving on next. I'd like to call Mr. Venkata Venom for his paper titled Attribute Driven Overlapping Community Detection and Computer Complex Networks. So please can you start with the presentation?
Yeah. Is my is my screen visible?
Yes, yes. Please
Yes.
continue.
Yeah. Good afternoon, all. My name is Sai Mohan. I'm presenting paper Attribute-Driven Overlapping Community Detection in Complex Networks. So Firstly, the applications of overlapping communities, including social network analysis and recommendation systems in biology. And to understand how the nodes are participating in communities that can lead to better insights and solutions in social network analysis or recommendation systems, so that we can understand the network better and improve the results of the recommendation systems. And it enables a deeper understanding of network structures and behavior, leading to improved decision making and solutions. Um, Coming to the problem statement, in many real world networks, nodes often have overlapping roles, such as if you consider two groups, two of them here, like if you see in this picture, there are two groups. So these two groups are overlapping with both the groups. So we are basically in our project, we are trying to find the overlapping communities using the multi attribute. So we are considering the more than two attributes to find the overlapping communities. So in general methods, they actually ignore the valuable attribute information. They are only considering the network data to find the communities. So here we actually considering the attributes informations as well. So we are coming up with an algorithm and methods that normalize both the topology and attribute information of the network to find the overlapping communities. And this is the high level design for our project. First, we are passing the network data as input, and we are pre-processing it. And parallelly, we are computing the similarity metrics of based on topology and attribute parallelly. And then we are fusing both, like we are normalizing those two matrices. And then finally, we are getting the normalized similarity metrics. And using that, we are going to find the community detection algorithm. And from that communities, we find the overlapping communities. And finally, we are validating, and the final output is overlapping communities. This is the process flow of each and every step. So the from loading the data set, like I said before, similarity matrix of topology and metric attribute, normalizing the matrices. And we are applying three algorithms to find the communities. So Lovain, Leiden, and AICD algorithm. AICD algorithm, which is we developed as our research. This is a novelty of our project. So we using Lovain algorithm, it will increase the modularity of normal basic Lovain algorithm. So basically, we are finding the communities using these three algorithms, and finally, we are comparing these three at the last. So this is our base algorithm. So we are passing vertices, edges, attributes, and topology as input, and we are finding topology similarity metrics and attribute similarity metrics. And finally, we are normalizing those both, and finally, we are getting the normalized similarity metrics. And using this, we are passing the as input to the AICD algorithm, like I said before, which uses Lowain algorithm to find the communities. And these communities are passed as input to the AOCD algorithm, which to find the overlapping communities. Finally, we are getting overlapping communities. And coming to AICD algorithm, this is a novel approach we developed in our research to find the communities in the network. So it basically combines both network and attribute information to identify the communities. So here we combine eigenvector centrality to identify the influential nodes within the network, and then reconstruct the graph based on the top influential nodes. And then that graph we send to the Lowain algorithm. That by result, this will result to increasing the modularity scores compared to the normal Lowain algorithm. And coming to the AOCD algorithm, this is the algorithm to find the overlapping communities. First, node counts. First, we assign a virtual nodes to represent the communities in the graph, labeled with the community IDs and similarity values. And then node counts are calculated, identifying your nodes with multiple edges as potential overlapping nodes. And edge density is computed for these nodes, and we are setting a threshold for that, and if it is above this threshold, then it is moving to the corresponding overlapping community structures. And then these are the results analysis of the algorithms, Lowain and Leiden and AICD algorithms we are comparing here. So like you see here, we used three data sets. And here modularity, conductance, and density are the comparison graphs here, as you can see here. AICD algorithm has a significant almost equal to the Lowain, but we try to increase the modularity. And here conductance will be the less, and density will be the high in for AICD. And these are the values of the communities which we got that I represented in the graph. And this is the result for AOCD algorithm for overlapping communities. As you can see, for all the three data sets for modularities are above 0.08, 0.88, and conductance will be less than 0.6, and density is almost greater than 0.4. And finally, the results are AOCD consistently achieves high modularity scores across datasets, and Cora exhibiting the higher modularity, and conductance varies significantly between datasets with DBLP, and density is highest for Cora and lowest in DBLP, as you can see in the graph. And finally, the uniqueness of our project is by integrating the both topology and attribute information, we used a technique called normalizing both matrices. So by this, we are getting the more involvement of the both topology, like network structure and the attributes as well. So by that, if we implemented AICD and AOCD algorithms, and they performed well to find the overlapping communities. So practical implications are enhanced community detection by including more than one attribute and improved recommendation systems. So these are the references. Yeah, thank you.
Wonderful presentation, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Sir, I have one question. Can this approach be applied to the fields such as social network, marketing, or any organizational structure analysis?
Yeah, you can. So we used multi-attribute thing here. We used like if a particular object is having multiple attributes like interests, if you say hobbies, and what in what social media he is in. So like that, we are like considering more than two attributes. So it will be very useful for recommendation systems and the companies which are using networking or something like that.
Social network.
Yeah, social network.
Okay. That means potential real world application of the attribute driven overlapping communities. Um, what you
Yeah,
say?
recommendation
Recommendation
system.
system. Okay.
Yeah,
Recommendation system.
yeah.
Okay. Fine. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation, sir.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Yes. Moving on next, I'd like to call Mr. Nair Muralidharan for his paper titled Exploring AI's Impact on the Apparel Industry, a TCCM Framework Analysis. So please can you start with your presentation?
Good afternoon, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, I am Navaneet, one of the authors of the paper.
Okay.
Rohit is having some technical difficulties in joining today, so
Okay,
I will be
okay.
taking on behalf of him, ma'am.
Yes, sir, you can start.
Okay, ma'am. Is my screen visible, ma'am?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay, ma'am. So, good afternoon, everyone. Respected chair. So, thank you for joining us today. Myself, Navaneet, and the others are Vinay S. and Nair Rohit Muralidharan. And we will be presenting the paper titled Exploring AI's Impact on the Apparel Industry. A TCCM framework analysis is done in this paper. So Today we will walk you through the motivation behind our study, the literature review process, methodology, and the conceptual implications and the conclusion part. So the motivation for the study, as you know that the apparel industry is rapidly evolving and artificial intelligence is at the forefront of this transformation. Our objective was to explore how AI is reshaping decision making, consumer experiences, and overall industry practices. So we believe that understanding AI's dynamic impact in this sector is crucial for both academia and industry professionals, ma'am. So the literature review part is that we have built a strong foundation for our study by conducting a systematic literature review. And we started by screening almost around 304 articles related to AI in the apparel sector. After a rigorous process, we narrowed down to 41 articles from Scopus and Q-rated journals. And finally, we concentrate on 24 key articles that offer the most relevant insights for our analysis. So this comprehensive review allowed us to capture the current state of AI research in this industry. So the methodology part. We have employed the TCCM framework, which in expanding its theory, context, characteristics, and methodology. This framework has helped us to with a structured approach to investigate the multi-dimensional impact of AI on the apparel industry. So by breaking down our analysis into these four components, we were able to gain a deeper understanding of how AI is operating in this sector. So next, it's about that framework that I already told. It helps us to find the different parts, the factors behind this AI's impact on this industry. This is the framework that we used. There's a theory, context, characteristic, and methodology. And the different factors that we have considered in this different components is the cognition effect behavior, theory of reason behavior, and in context part it's industry, country, characteristics, it's machine learning, decision support system, like that. And next conclusion part also. Before that, I will tell about that the theory part that we have considered the different principles in this theory also. And also for the context part, we have found out the broader setting that is like, as I told, in that country and the different elements. And finally, with this, in the conclusion part, we have to say that our TCCM guided study presents a concise overview of AI's influence on the apparel industry. So as I said, by analyzing that 24 selected articles, we highlighted AI's transformative impact on decision making, production, and customer interactions. So even though while our study has limitations, we believe that it can be a minimal contribution to the ongoing research area. And also those who are interested in exploring this area further can use it as a reference for the further studies. That's all about it. Thank you all.
Okay. Nice presentation.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Please tell me what specific AI technologies are explored in the context of this TCCM?
Ma'am, we have that like not in particular, but in general, we can use that 3D modeling and for garments, for example, for designers to visualize and modify the designs digitally before producing physical samples, and also in smart manufacturing and also in that apparel industries, they can use to increase their efficiency, ma'am.
Okay. And for analysis purpose, what contextual factors you have considered?
Ma'am, in that part actually, we have considered the as a it depends upon that the region that they are and focusing on their study or the particular sample that they are focusing on. It will change, ma'am, accordingly, because the category have
Okay. That
different.
means I mean to say market trends or consumer behavior or some regulatory environment, like
Oh,
any
okay.
any
Ma-
factors.
no, no, we haven't gone to that much specifically, ma'am.
Okay,
It is just
okay, no problem. Okay.
okay, ma'am.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Nice, wonderful.
Thank
Next
you, ma'am.
presentation,
Thank you
please.
for the presentation, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Moving on next, I'd like to call Mr. Tejas Methavade for his paper titled Implementation of EdTech Platform. So please can you start with the presentation?
Yes, yes. So I hope my screen is visible.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So hello everyone, good afternoon. I'm Tejas Mitrogi. I have recently graduated from Pune Institute of Computer Technology, Pune, and I'll be presenting on EdTech platform today. So the purpose behind building the EdTech platform, basically this is the platform made for the student as well as the teacher, and we wanted to enhance the learning experience, the online learning experience. We know that it is a mandate after the pandemic, the online learning things. So we wanted to enhance this experience. So we took this initiative for building a platform uh, for college first at first place, and it can be definitely used for organizations as well. So we have used here Merge stack, that is well-known stack in development, uh, which is based on React and Node.js for front-end and back-end libraries. And this is the basic block diagram for our platform. So with this merge stack, we have also used the WebRTC. The WebRTC is being specific, the SFU structure of WebRTC, that is a selective forwarding unit, because that fits the objective very well. So we have moved with the SFU structure of WebRTC. So this enabled us with the live classes thing. So we can conduct the live classes on our platform. We can also record the lectures that are being conducted live, and we have multiple features like we can track the progress, we can chat with the tutor during the live classes as well. We have two authentication basically, one is for teacher and other is for student. So they can interact with each other. We have also a feature of auto notes, so we can take notes during classes automatically. So this is just the result. I should the on the right, on the left we have the time analysis of our platform, and on the left there is the comparison of the different structures of WebRTC. That there are three basically: the P2P, the peer-to-peer, the selective forwarding unit, and the MCU. So SFU we have used has the most stable response in case of the scalability as well, as you can see in the graph. And yeah, in the future scope, we are implementing the thing like liveliness detection. So in live classes, we know in virtual learning, not everyone is that much attentive. So we are trying to implement the liveliness detection, so it can generate the report of how students are active in the classes, and all that records and statistics. So with that being said, I will conclude my presentation here. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful presentation. Um, my question is, what core features And functionalities does the platform offer, means like course management or interactive content or any assessment tools?
Right. So basically, it has two authentication. So the teacher side has multiple functionalities that he can create multiple courses, sub courses under the class, and he can also take live classes and record those classes. Apart from that, he can see the reports generated for the students for each batches, and on the student side. s- Same like they can join the live classes which in which they have attended as a, included in the course as well, and the progress tracking things, the alarm that we notification we get before the live class, the live chats option. These are the features, core features of our platform.
Okay. Great, that's great.
Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation, sir. Moving on next. One second. I'd like to call Mr. Prathamesh Dhulam for his paper titled IoT-based smart monitoring of sandalwood plant. Sir, please can you start with the presentation? Sir, are you in the meeting? Or are any of the co-authors present in the meeting? Meanwhile, we can take the next presentation. Give me a second. PM Vishnu, so you paper titled Material Twins for Sustainable Interiors, a data-driven approach to building finish optimization. Sir, can you please start with the presentation?
Can I share my screen now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Please start.
So, yeah. So good afternoon all. Everyone present here. It's a pleasure to be here at ICT4SD 2024. So my name is PM Vishnu and I'm a student at Amada School of Business, Coimbatore. So today I'm excited to share our research on sustainable interior design, a topic that's not just about aesthetics, but also about creating spaces that respect our planet. So let's move on to the introduction. So people are like paying more attention to how their homes look and feel, and they want to express their personal styles through their choices. This has led to a growing demand for stylish and practical interior designs. So to meet this demand, designers need to focus on using materials that look good, last a long time, and are easy to clean, save energy, and are also environmentally friendly, etc. So it's important to consider the entire lifespan of the materials used from when they are made to when they are disposed of. So this is called as life cycle assessment. So to create truly sustainable interiors, both the materials and the design process need to be environmentally friendly, and like ignoring either one will not lead to the best results. So let's move to the objective of the study. The first objective is to find important factor to figure out what things matter the most when using data and digital copies of the materials to design sustainable interiors. And second objective is to figure out how all the factors are related to each other, for which we used a special method called gray influence analysis, that is GINA, to measure how much one thing affects another. And objective three is to determine which of the four important factors has the biggest impact on designing sustainable interiors using data and material twins. So let's move to the factors. The factors affecting building finish optimization are material properties. This refers to the inherent qualities of the material itself, such as how strong it is, how well it is insulated, and or like whether it is inflammable or not, such things. And second factor is that performance characteristics. This focuses on how the material behaves in the building, including its impact on energy use and the overall comfort of the occupants. Then a third factor is like installation method. This considers the way the material is put in place, including the labor required and any potential environmental impact. And the fourth factor is that maintenance strategies. This looks at how the material will need to be cared for over time, and also like including cleaning, repairs, and eventual disposal of the thing at the end of that life. So next factor is its end of life options. This focuses on how it focuses on what happens to the material at the end of its useful life, such as recycling or disposal, like that. And the sixth factor is that data accuracy and completeness. This emphasizes the importance of having reliable information about the material's properties and also like performance to make informed decisions. Um, uh, yeah, moving on to the next slide. Next factor is modeling capabilities. So the digital twin should be able to stimulate how different building finishes will perform over time. Under various conditions, this will predict their lifespan and maintenance needs. And next factor, moving on to the next factor, it's like integration with LCA databases. So the digital twin should have access to up-to-date information about the environmental impact of different materials and processes. This is crucial for making informed decisions. And next factor is user interface and accessibilities. The digital twin should be easy to use and accessible to various people involved in the building processes, including designers, contractors, and building owners. And the next is like occupancy pattern and behavior. So the digital twin should also consider how people will use the building and how this will affect the finishes. Factors like cleaning frequency and wear and tear should also be taken into this account. And the 11th one is the cost of materials and finishes. The digital twin should include information about initial cost of different finish options. This helps like evaluate the overall cost over the building's lifespan, considering factors like maintenance, replacement, and potential resale value. Now, let's see some like methodology. Let's see the methodology used here. So step one, we was like setting the scale. We created a scale to measure the impact of one thing on another. The scales uses numbers from 1 to 5, with 1 being very low impact and 5 being very high impact. Step 2, we move on to like gathering experts' opinion. We asked 34 experts to write the impact of different factors on each other. And experts use the scale mentioned about to give their opinions. Like we collected about like 110 questionnaires in total. And the next step, we moved on to like cleaning the data. We reviewed the data from 34 experts and removed any incorrect, if any incorrect or unclear information was there, and we ended up the usable data from 25 experts. Then converting it into a numerical scale. We changed the expert's opinion, which were words like high or low, into numbers based on the scale. We made sure that all experts' opinion were treated equally and no biases were there in that. Then next step was like combining the results, followed by combining the results. And next step was like whitenizing the values. The critical, ideal, and typical values are obtained. Then direct influence coefficient were made. The direct influence coefficient matrix also has been constructed, followed by a complete influence coefficient and responsibility and influence. And in this table shows how different factors like F1 to F11 influence and are influenced by each other under various conditions, like critical being the worst scenario, ideal being the moderate scenario, and typical being the best scenario. These numbers represent the strength of these relationships. When we come to the results, the most influential factors we found out from these are material properties, which is like material properties are like critical for sustainable interior materials, encompassing life cycle consideration like embodied carbon, durability, reusability, maintenance, and indoor air quality. And next factor was like performance characteristics. Clients' preference for tangible performance benefits such as comfort, acoustics, and fire safety and energy efficiency are the primary drivers for sustainable interiors and material selection. Then coming to the conclusion of the paper, we are like aiming to develop the best methods for designing environmentally friendly interiors. To achieve this, we are like utilizing extensive data and digital representation of materials that are material twins to optimize the designs and analyzing how different elements interconnect to enhance the overall design, prioritizing the selection of materials that are like safe and have minimal environmental impact. So combining the data and computer modeling to create superior and sustainable interior spaces. In essence, like we are employing cutting edge technology to craft eco-conscious living environment. So the implication of the study aims to reduce the negative impacts on the environment and create a more sustainable future for the interior design industry. The findings from this study will also help future research and practices in sustainable interior design by promoting the use of digital models of materials, that is material twins, and also like providing valuable information to help people prioritize sustainable actions, encouraging the shift towards building finishes that last longer and create comfortable living spaces. So these are the references used. Yeah, that's all about the presentation. Thank you.
Okay. Unique topic. Nice presentation.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Are there any case studies or any real-time example or any example that demonstrate the application of material twin in building finish optimization? Any example?
Um,
Hi, ma'am. I am the co-author of this paper, Drishya here. So, can I answer to the question?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. So, this is as of now, we have discussed with the experts from different interior design organizations. As such, still they are in department about the material twins. So since you know the construction part, it's a very long term and they take time to get the outcome. So there are few researches ongoing on the materials like to decrease the micro pollutants over the filling in the interior part. And IIT Madras, they are taking a few studies on construction part and doing the aesthetics of interior part. But in our study, we didn't go to that extent because that is the future extended research process that we might be doing.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice topic. Huh? Nice topic. All the best.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, sir, for the presentation. Moving on next, I'd like to call Mr. Karthik Pathak for the paper titled The Systematic Review of Indoor Autonomous Navigation. So please, can you start with your presentation?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sharing my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
sir.
Please go ahead.
All right. So first of all, thanks for the opportunity. It's always been an honor to present for ICT4SD. Karthik this side. I am today presenting on my review paper for the systematic review of indoor autonomous navigation. Right. So these are the things we are covering today in the presentation. Starting with the abstract for this, we are going to present the recent research within autonomous navigation. Uh, Right. So the actually the realm of the autonomous navigation stands at the vanguard of technological progress, witnessing the integration of robotics, drones, and vehicles, and on with the capability uh, to the to independently perceive, interact, and diverse with the dynamic environments. But in the current review, we are uh, covering the indoor, covering in perspective with the indoor environments, right? So this review highlights the advancements covering, right, the span ground-based robots to aerial drones, advanced sensor fusions, path planning algorithms. We will cover machine learning algorithms and deep reinforcement, etc. Right. So, going ahead with the introduction, the field of autonomous navigation is currently experiencing a profound and dynamic transformation, as we already discussed. Uh, so, so these advancements are basically driven uh, uh, with the artificial intelligence and sensor technologies, these systems find applications across a spectrum of industries, including manufacturing, logistics, healthcare, agriculture. We have road safety and traffic, and many more uh, applications are there. Right. So the main objective of the autonomous navigation systems is to enable the robots and vehicles to navigate and execute tasks within the uh, with the minimal human intervention, adapting to diverse and dynamic environments. Right. The main objective of the autonomous navigation systems are to enable robots and vehicles to navigate, as we already discussed, uh, uh, with minimal human intervention, right? To execute the tasks, uh, adapting to the diverse and dynamic environments, right? So the main aim of this review is to know the key advancements and vital research domains in the field, encouraging the future innovation and exploration, right? Providing the readers with an extensive guide to the dynamic things we have in the future, right? So, first of all, going ahead with the autonomous navigation based on the sensors, we have papers that talk about navigation based on the sensors. Uh, so, actually, the key the localization methods that used here are the QR codes with global coordinates, and some filterization methods like Kalman filters are being used, right? So the results that we found there are that the localization that we achieved is very accurate, right? The experimental validations we got are the effective shown in the experimentation for localization and navigation, and there are many challenges that are addressed, like localization error reduction and fewer QR code required for the scenarios, right? uh, so we also use some of the stepping motor control and 2D lidars for autonomous navigation, uh, where we see that the results, uh, where we have effective mapping and navigation, and the max position error reduced to 0.015 m, right? And the effective mapping and navigation was achieved through that demonstrations, through experiments, right? uh, Also, moving ahead, we have all these papers that talk about navigation based on sensors, where we address the challenges like power consumption, analytic complexity and hardware requirements, localization without wireless provisioning, and navigation database. Also, we have reduced the slam errors, obstacle avoidance and target identifications to a much higher extent, right? uh, Also, moving ahead, we have reviewed and compared the autonomous navigation based on algorithmic approaches, right? Where we use algorithms like GBIRRT path planning, DDPG with Gaussian noise, right? Also, the multi-node control approach and dynamic kinematic modeling, where we address the challenges of overcoming odometric data vulnerability and improving path planning, reducing the dependence on environment modeling, and enhance resilience. Also, the terrain adaptation, control mechanism, and indoor navigation. The challenges like these are addressed in these papers, right? And also, we get the results that outperform current algorithms in various indoor environments. Also, that enhanced online decision makings and autonomous navigation, effective control and navigation in dynamic environments, right? uh, Moving ahead, after the algorithmic approaches, we also compared some papers based on the autonomous navigation based on machine learning algorithms that they have used. uh, the algorithms like uh, uh, deep learning algorithms for navigation, right? Modular PIC, 4RL, GIM framework integration with ROS and DRL, right? Also, there is an integration that combines data and prior knowledge with SLAM and other machine learning algorithms. Uh, so, so, this is the table that compare and analyzes the uh, uh, results that we achieve in these papers, challenges that are addressed, localization methods that are used, innovations um, they have presented, and the technology that has been used, right? uh, After the machine learning, we also compared the reinforcement learning algorithms, right? The DRL, deep reinforcement learning algorithms, for comparison and navigation, that provides the results of shorter paths, direct routes, few collisions, improved efficiency and safety for the drone or UAV navigation from a point A to point B, from source to destination, right? uh, Also the deep reinforcement learning with specific objectives, uh, right? So that also provide comprehensive evaluation of learning techniques on a benchmark and real world environments, addressing the uncertainty, safety and generalization in reinforcement learning, right? So these are the research issues and future directions that we can achieve through this review paper, like multimodal sensor fusion, deep learning, and AI that we can implement further, the SLAM algorithms that we already had, and what we can achieve in the future directions, uh, the energy efficiency we can achieve, the human robot interaction. So these are the research issues and future directions from the paper. And here's the conclusion. Enhance efficiency and safety studies consistently demonstrate the improvements in navigation efficiency, safety and performance through advanced sensor integration, DRL, and optimized algorithms, adaptability and robustness. Techniques such as goal-oriented navigation and multimodal inputs contribute to better adaptability and robustness in dynamic and diverse environments. Reduced dependence on external systems like human intervention or other things, manual approaches, right? Approaches that leverage onboard sensors and advanced algorithms reduce reliance on external position system and prior mapping, facilitating more autonomous navigation. So these are the references that are being used in the paper. That's all for this. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for this presentation. Um,
Sure.
Thank you for the presentation, sir. Ma'am, any questions?
how what performance metrics or any thresholds or any benchmarks are used to evaluate the effectiveness of indoor autonomous navigation system?
As we already see, there are various fields like autonomous navigation for sensors, for algorithms, for machine learning and reinforcement learning, right? So according to the perspective that we are seeing, uh, actually the papers that are already published, that are being compared, based on the hardware, right? The algorithms they are using, the maps they are building, right? So these are the metrics that are being used for a comparison
Okay.
perspective.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you
Thank you,
very much.
sir. Um, Moving on next, I'd like to call Archita Shraddha for her paper titled Pneumonia Detection with Super Resoluted Checks X-ray Images using VGG16. Ma'am, can you start with your presentation, please?
Yes, sure. Thank you so much. Let me just present my screen. Okay, so you can see my presentation, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So let's start with the presentation. Before we get into the presentation, let us see the agenda of our presentation, which includes the introduction, the challenges faced by the people in this field, solution proposed by us, and finally the outcome of our research. So let's start. Our project basically addresses a critical healthcare challenge of accurate and timely detection of pneumonia, which we all know is a basic cause of mortality worldwide, especially in children under the age of 5 or elderly. We all know that pneumonia is an inflammatory condition of the lung primarily caused by bacterial or fungal infections. Traditional diagnostic methods such as chest x-rays are prone to human error as they include the expertise of radiologists, and people sometimes may not be able to correctly detect the pneumonia, which may lead to um, delayed treatment and inappropriate treatment, which is basically time consuming. So we thought that we should leverage the power of AI to enhance the diagnostic process, making it faster, more accurate, and accessible. Convolutional neural network is highly effective for tasks like image classification due to its robust hierarchical feature extraction capabilities. And we also know that super resolution generative adversarial network is a deep learning application to generate high resolution images from a low resolution images. So if we put a high clarity image, which is a high resolution image from SRGN to the CNN model, we are using VGT16 here, we get a better diagnostic accuracy in medical images. The problems faced by many people here are first accuracy. We know that accuracy in chest X-ray analysis is often reduced by image clarity issues, leading to prolonged processing times. And there are many times that pneumonia is sometimes present behind some bone or something which is not actually visible in the X-ray, which may lead to inappropriate treatment or delayed treatment. There are many reasons that our X-rays are also rejected, which include like quality issues, equipment differences, and there are many places in India, small places or outside also, where the equipments are not at the best quality. So there are many times that there is a clipped anatomy or foreign body presence or positioning differences, and the the images are extremely of low quality that they may lead to misdiagnosis. So we require a super resolution over here, because if they are not extremely clear, it may lead to inappropriate or delayed treatment. So as we got to know the problems, let's focus on the solution that we have proposed here. We have incorporated the super resolution generative adversarial network, that is SRGAN, into the VGG16 convolutional neural network. And we have created a unified model which uses the concept of transfer learning, which is basically we are using a pre-trained SRGN model, which is consisting of two networks, that is discriminator and generator network, which helps us to convert a low resolution image to a high resolution images. And then we transfer that image to a VGG16 model, which improved the capabilities of VGG16 CNN specifically for pneumonia detection, which reduced our processing time and computational resource requirements. So our solution is basically based on enhanced pneumonia detection, which by improving the resolution and detection capabilities, this approach aims to reduce misdiagnosis and improve patient outcomes, offering a cost-effective and efficient diagnostic tool for healthcare professionals. So let's see the implementation phase of our project. First phase includes as I told you, we are converting a low resolution image to a high resolution image using SRGAN with the concept of transfer learning, which includes a pre-trained SRGAN model where we are adding our images and they are converted to high resolution images. Second phase includes training of VGT16 model. We are providing a CNN network, a labeled images of normal and pneumonia images so that it easily gets classification of normal and pneumonia and learn through it. The third phase is basically finally the integration of both these concepts, and where we are integrating the SRGN upscaled images into the VGG16 model for pneumonia detection and further fine-tune them to maximize our accuracy. By doing all these processes, we have found that while we were doing the same VG16 model with the same images, while we are including SRGN, we got a training accuracy of 99.76% and testing accuracy of 90.52. Whereas if we were not using SRGN, we got the accuracy of 82%. You can also have a graphical representation over here, which highlights the efficacy of SRGN in enhancing the performance of image analysis, particularly in real world testing scenarios. Incorporating SRGN into image analysis systems can lead to significantly improved accuracy and overall performance. Finally, we come to the conclusion of our project, as these findings demonstrate the potential of our approach to revolutionize the pneumonia detection, making it more accurate, efficient, and accessible. It also enhanced efficiency and stability in image analysis tasks, reducing processing time and computational resource requirements. And also, the hybrid model of SRGN and CNN highlights its potential in medical image analysis research, paving the way for more accurate and efficient diagnostic tools. Thank you so much. We are happy to answer your questions.
You have used here image dataset, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So from where you have collected that dataset?
We collected that from Kaggle.
From Kaggle. Okay. Okay, fine. What are the costs associated with implementing and maintaining this pneumonia detection system?
We don't, cost is actually not that much included. We just require a proper system, because this is a already notebook is already created, and anyone can take this notebook in their system and add the chest x-ray image that they have, and easily convert them and detect it as pneumonia or not.
Actually, ma'am, the cost is mostly dependent on the cloud we are using, and basically, if we are like going forward with this project, then we'll go with GCP cloud, and in that we'll apply the trigger there, and which is very minimal with $2 per trigger cost. So the amount will be very minimal.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you for your presentation, ma'am. Moving on next, I'd like to call Mr. Levin Anthony for his paper titled The Green Evolution, Transforming Supply Chains for a Sustainable Future. Sir, can you start?
My name is Ritesh, and Levin is not available due to some technical issues. So I
Okay.
will present it.
Yes, sir. Please, can you start with the presentation?
Okay. One second. So are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So my name is Ritesh Sriram, and I will be presenting the research paper Green Evolution and Transforming Supply Chains for a Sustainable Future. This research focuses on the critical role or of supply chain management in today's globalized, complex, and sustainability-oriented business environment. It acknowledges the challenges facing modern supply chains, including logistical issues, demand fluctuations, geopolitical risks, and environmental concerns. The study aims to explore how governments contribute to sustainable supply chain management, particularly in promoting sustainability by examining policies, regulations, and initiatives. The research seeks to understand the interplay between public sector actions and supply chain sustainability. The ultimate goal is to provide insights into how government interventions can shape the broader ecosystem of supply chains and drive more sustainable practices in supply chain management. The next slide is the research here. This research addresses a significant gap in existing studies. So while much research has focused on companies' roles in sustainable supply chain management, less attention has been given to governments' specific contributions. This study aims to fill that gap by examining how governments worldwide are involved in promoting and managing sustainable supply chains. Uh, it builds upon current literature on governmental perspectives on sustainability, but extends this knowledge to investigating the various roles and actions government takes to support and enhance sustainable practices in supply chain management. The objectives of the study is to there are two objectives. The first one is to analyze the strategies to overcome the barriers of supply chain and the importance of supply chain to attain sustainability. And the second objective is to understand governments and the companies' contribution to supply chain management to attain sustainability. The methodology of this research is that we have uh, uh, we have reviewed 18 research paper from the 18 research paper, and this is just an qualitative study uh, that will help understand supply chain management, managing barriers, strategies, and government intervention on supply chain management to attain sustainability through this 18 research papers. So we have found some government roles on supply chain management that helps the supply sustainable that can achieve sustainability. The first role is the coercive role, which is the coercive role. The government uses its power to make companies be more environmentally friendly. It uh, does this by creating laws and taxes that companies must follow. If companies don't obey, they might get in trouble or look bad to the public. This role is based on the idea that rules, uh, rules, uh, rules can change how companies behave. The supportive role is when the government helps eco-friendly companies. It might encourage people to buy green products or give money to companies that use green technologies, like funding the companies. This makes it easier for green companies to do well and harder for non-green companies to compete. This role is important for helping companies adopt green practices in their supply chains. The third one is the stewardship role, that the government acts like a middleman between different parts of the supply chain. It helps companies share information and keep track of green practices. Instead of uh, directly telling companies what to do, the government works with them to encourage the sustainable practices. This role is important for spreading green practices across the whole supply chain, especially when the government doesn't have the resources to get directly involved. Uh, we have also made some strategies that will overcome the barriers of sustainable supply chain management. There are five strategies. The first one is the data-driven forecasting, which uses historical data and advanced analytics to predict future trends. Instead of making guesses, it relies on large data sets and algorithms to find patterns and insights. This approach helps improve efficiency and reduce waste, which can support sustainability goals by minimizing downtime and optimizing operations. The second one is digital twinning, which creates a virtual model of a physical product or system to simulate and analyze its performance. This technology helps speed up product development, enhance quality, and provide better insights into supply chain processes, making supply chains more resilient. Third one is the collaborative robots, which can assist in the recycling and reuse of obsolete goods and parts with the help of AI vision. They can sort components, evaluate their condition, and plan the best way to dismantle them. This strategy is not effectively used in many companies. Uh, Robots have the potential to make recycling processes more effective and environmentally friendly. Fourth one is the closed loop innovation. Focuses on designing products and services in a way that allows materials to be reused or recycled at the end of their life. This shift from a linear to a circular model that aims to reduce waste, cut cost, and lessen environmental impact. The last one is the blockchain traceability that provides a secure and transparent way to record transactions through decentralized ledgers. uh, when this strategy is combined with IoT sensors, it can track real time uh, real time sustainability data across supply chains, ensuring transparent and accountable practices that align with the sustainable consumer values. Uh, as we conclude, this is the boards that represents the combination of everything that we have explored. Like each element inside the box is a reflection of the critical points we have covered, ensuring the knowledge gain is not just theoretical but also practical and applicable. This is how each strategy and government support can be used in various barriers so that we can overcome these barriers and will help to achieve sustainability. Like the high operational cost can be overcome by closed loop innovation. By adopting closed loop innovation, companies can reduce raw material cost, lower waste disposal fees, and enhance resource efficiency. This not only cuts the operation costs of the company, but can also lead to a new revenue streams through recycled materials. The government uh, uh, supports plays a supportive role as mentioned above, like providing uh, financial support through subsidies and grants. Mm, these funds can be used for research and development, making it easier for businesses to transition to more sustainable practices without incurring prohibitive costs. The second, the lack of visibility to lower tier suppliers can be overcome uh, by adopting blockchain traceability, uh, which uh, which can allow companies to verify the sustainability claims of the suppliers, ensuring compliance with environmental and ethical standards. This the government support through stewardship law role by facilitating the implementation of blockchain system by coordinating industry-wide transparency programs like establishing standards and frameworks for data sharing. Governments can help companies gain insight into their supply chain, fostering accountability. Uh, like the conflicting economic growth and sustainability objectives can be overcome by data-driven forecasting, which help companies by leveraging data. Businesses can identify opportunities for sustainable growth that also enhance profitability. Like this is the same as the first point. The government also plays a supportive role, like providing funds for the companies. Varying national regulations on plastic waste can be overcome by robotics. Like this is just a assumption that can be used, but mm robotics can help this barrier to that that can overcome this barrier. Like the robotics technology can help companies efficiently manage plastic waste regardless of varying regulations by ensuring that products are designed for easy disassembly and recycling. Governments can also uh, provide harmonization of regulations by creating multilateral platforms that bring together stakeholders from different countries. The last barrier that is low consumer demand will can be overcome by digital twinning. Mm, that can help companies by demonstrating the benefits and feasibility of their sustainable products or options. Businesses can better align their offerings with consumer preferences. This is they also play government also play a supportive role in this uh, scenario. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Excellent presentation. Hmm. What are the challenges or barriers you have faced in this project in transforming supply
Like
chains to be more
like uh,
sustainable, huh?
like the companies will face like high operational like other mm, uh, like the cost pressures that can be that companies might that companies can uh, face uh, during implementing sustainable practices, which can increase the need for new technologies and hiring specialists. So the governments can provide more uh, funds to provide to help these strategies to more
Okay.
implement these strategies.
Okay. Fine. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your presentation. Moving on, next, I'd like to call um M. Yagneshri Priya, ma'am, for her paper titled Two-Level Encryption and Decryption Using Caesar Cipher and Morse Code with Word Censoring for Chat Application.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, 1 second, I'll be sharing my screen.
Okay.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, please continue.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, good evening, everyone. Firstly, thank you for giving us this opportunity for presenting a paper titled Two-Level Encryption and Decryption using Caesar Cipher and Morse code with the word censoring for a chat application. I'm Yagneshri, and today I am going to be presenting on behalf of my team. So, firstly, the agenda of the meet is as follows: introduction, then the paper overview, architecture, and the conclusion and future scope. So, the current day chat applications are used by almost all our devices. They send and receive text messages, voicemail, documents, and images. So, these messages travel over a network and reach the receiver. The data in these chats requires security, and to aid this, encryption of the data is crucial. So, Caesar cipher and Morse code are such algorithms that provide us with a solution to be able to securely conduct end-to-end transmission of the data. This paper presents the design and implementation of a dual-layer encryption algorithm that integrates Caesar cipher and Morse code to enhance the secure data processing within a computer network environment. So the main goal of this was to build a socket-based chat application by incorporating dual encryption techniques, specifically speaking about the Caesar cipher and the Morse code. The Caesar cipher was chosen for its simplicity and the Morse code so that it can have a symbolic representation and it adds a little bit complexity. This was all formulated in on Python, and there was a graphical user interface which is also Python based for interactive experience for the clients as well as the users. So the paper overview, the major contributions of this paper are the dual encryption and the content moderation, that is the use of Caesar cipher and Morse code, and inappropriate language filter. Sorry for that. I'm actually in my college, hence the noise. So next, coming to the architecture. So firstly, the architecture follows socket programming. So the chat application is implemented in Python using socket programming. So this application contains one server and multiple clients, and when the server acts as the broadcaster in the network. So the server side is capable of handling many clients, and the server broadcasts the messages sent by the client to other clients in the network using the GUI and the socket programming. The client side handles the two-phase encryption of the ongoing message, and the client then proceeds to print the message on the user interface. It also handles the censoring of the the words which have inappropriate language received before displaying them to the other users. Next, the encryption and the decryption part. So, encryption is used to protect protect data by scrambling it into a secret code to prevent it from being changed. And then decryption is a process of transforming encrypted data and rendering the unreadable text into unencrypted text. So the application implements the two-stage encryption and decryption by incorporating Caesar cipher and Morse code, and it's also implemented using the GUI. Caesar cipher is first implemented by taking the ASCII value of the characters and then applying a simple Caesar operation where each character's ASCII value is shifted by 3 positions higher, and then the resultant is also taken as a modulo 128. The operation ensures that the resultant ASCII value stays in the range of the printable ASCII characters. Then the result is converted to the Morse code representation using a dictionary character by character. Then the Morse code message is sent to the server The Morse code message is sent to the server, and the server receives the message, splits each character, and converts the Morse code back into its original character. And the decrypted message is obtained by joining these characters. So now coming to the next important part, that is the word censoring. So this word censoring enables to have a proper communication in a very formal way, so that there is no inappropriate language used in the communication between the clients and the servers. The application censors inappropriate content before displaying the final message to the user, and the data for checking if a particular word is inappropriate is taken from Kaggle. So the CSV file is obtained from Kaggle under curse words or inappropriate language. And the last part is the interactive UI. So the user interface for the chat application has been incorporated with the socket programming. And the server side window consists of a button to start the server, and which initiates the connection between the server and the client. And the client side window consists of a text field for entering the messages, and the buttons for sending the message to the server window, changing the username, etc., are more features that it has. So next, coming to the results. So the server side code is run first, and the button is used to initiate the starting of the server and the connections between the clients. The Caesar cipher is known for its speed of implementation, which relies on simple character shifting, and the complexity of it is O of 1, and the time complexity is O of n. And the Morse code conversion introduces a space and time complexity of O of n. Word censoring, which involves replacing specific words with asterisks, adds a space complexity of O of m. And the time complexity of O of n into m, where m is the number of censored words. So this algorithm's agility is significant, particularly in quick execution. And furthermore, the absence of resource-intensive machine learning techniques, which frequently necessitate extensive training and computational resources, emphasizes the efficiency of this particular model. So here we can see the results. So here the chat server, the chat client, and is visible. So in the chat server, this is the place where all the people connected are visible, and the messages are also visible in their original form. And in the chat client, we can see the people who the particular person is communicating with is only visible, and any message that has inappropriate language like this has asterisks on it. So this is how the encryption and decryption works on the server and the client side. And coming to the decryption part, this is how the decryption on the server side looks like. So every message sent by a particular user is first converted into ciphertext, then into the Morse code, and then it's all printed on the server side for our reference whether the text is being properly encrypted and decrypted. So finally, coming to the conclusion, this paper presents a method for securing data transmission in chat applications by combining the classical Caesar cipher and the Morse code as a hybrid encryption method through a real-time application with a user-friendly Python GUI. The application demonstrates the practicality and accessibility of the proposed solution. The project met its objectives of improving security through dual encryption and maintaining a positive user experience through effective word censorship. This study also lays the groundwork for the development of more sophisticated and secure chat applications in response to the growing need for confidentiality and protection in the fast-paced world of digital communication. So, despite advancements in this particular field, there are many challenges like optimizing the model architectures, addressing the scalability issues and interpretability, necessity, etc. And the more future scope can be like having a real-time messaging and also having private messaging functionalities with advanced Python libraries, and also having image and video encryption and decryption methods as well. Right now, this application is only text-based. So the next further process scope could be having image and video encryption and decryption methods as well.
Hello, ma'am.
I think network issue from her side.
Yes, yes.
Uh,
Um,
almost done. Presentation is almost done, I think, because conclusion and future scope is already discussed.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, so should we move on to the next
Yeah,
presentation?
please move on to next presentation.
Okay. Moving on, I'd like to call Vedika Patil for the paper titled Smart E-Menu with AI-based food recommendation. Ma'am, can you please start with the presentation?
Yes, please go ahead.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, yes. Yes,
Actually,
sir.
she will not able to join the presentation because of some technical issue. So I am co-author of the same. So can I proceed with the presentation?
Yes, sir, you can start the presentation.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon, ma'am. So our paper title is Smart Team Menu Based with AI-based food recommendation. It is presented by Vishal Patil. I am from PICT Pune. So the point of the topic is like, imagine if you are scrolling through a seamlessly endless list of food recipes or restaurant menus online, and you are not sure what to choose. So you have to go through all the menus which you never like. So we have work on that, and we find out some solution like why we can't give them the menu recommendation based on their past history. So that's what this research paper is all about. In recent year, restaurant industry has been a significant shift towards the digitalization and automation to meet evolving demands of tech-savvy consumers. One of the notable development in this domain is emergence of smart menu system, which leverage AI and machine learning to personalize food recommendations. So data set that we use in this presentation in this paper is like we haven't taken any data from any other sources. We have taken actual live data from the restaurants, which contains two types of data. One is the menu along with its description and some categories, and another one is we take the order data, which contains the only rating of the user. So this is the data set that we have created. This is actually a live data from the restaurants that is present in Bhusawal. So this data set presents category, then its item name, and then we have applied some ID to it. Then its options like half, full, small, medium, and regular. Then its ingredient. Ingredient is one of the most important part of our data set, where we map the ingredient along with the menu and whatever user have decided in his previous orders. So another data set that we use is order database. Here we have used the order number. We have assigned order number for particular user, then username. We also assign user ID that user have ordered, then order details, what he have ordered, and date, time, and ratings. The data set we use the filter like we have used only the data orders that has ratings, so that will be easily we can process that data easily. Then algorithm we use for the recommendation is hybrid filtering, which contains content based filtering for returning user and collaborative filtering for new user. The reason behind using hybrid filtering was we can't use means we can't use only content based filtering because it is we can recommend the data by using his past orders only. But if user is new, there is lots of issue to recommend some item to him, because we can't predict what are his choices or her choices. So we have used collaborative filtering for new users. In content based filtering, where we use to compute interaction between user and item based on data that user provides only. So based on data, a user history is generated, which is used to make suggestion to use based on history. It is personalized approach to recommend items that are similar in content to what your user has shown interest in, without considering the action or the preference of the users. So here we have used k-means clustering for the processing of data in content-based filtering. In collaborative filtering, its approach recommends item to user based on the preference of user who are similar to them. Means it calculates the similarity between the users and analyze their historical interactions with items. Commonly, similarity measures include cosine similarity and Pearson correlation. Recommendations are made by identifying the items that similar users have liked, but target users hasn't interacted with. Just because the user is new, so we can't predict what his likes and dislikes are. But according to some if we take some suggestion or their likes or choices, then we can use collaborative filtering where we will consider them in some of the group and recommend the item that already that group of people has liked. So we can use collaborative filtering for new users. So this is what we have used in algorithm TF-IDF vectorization, where we convert all the profiles into vectors so that we can map them along with the food items. Then we have used cosine similarity, which will calculate the similarity between profile and food items to recommend similar items. Then similarity calculation, where we will calculate the item ratings and predict how much your user will like the item based on their similar user preferences. This is the results. Means it has converted the item that we have used in dataset into user ID. It's provided item ID, means we have used the combination of both the table, item and the rating. Then this is the result that we got. If we enter the user ID 49 and we apply the hybrid filtering, we pass that to hybrid filtering, it will recommend the 5 recommendations. We can change any type, means we can provide them 10 recommendation, but 5 is the very decent number to recommend some items so that user will not get confused. So here for user ID 49, we got the suggestion like chicken chili 65, which has score of 0.92. Then noodles roll 0.85. This is the percentage where user will how much proportion user will like the menu. So these are the, as users are already ordered chicken, so you can see here all the menu related to chicken are shown to him. So this is the conclusion of our paper. This paper presents an innovative approach to food recommendation tailored to individual user preference, harnessing machine learning algorithm to generate personalized meal plans based on user interacts and favorite menu items at restaurants, so that user will consume very less time to order any fuel. That will save the time of user as well as the restaurant owner. So it will be beneficial for both the individuals. So that's it.
Okay, excellent. I have no questions.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. One last time, we'll just see if the participants wouldn't answer if they are there. So we'll be concluding this session. I sincerely thank our authors for their excellent presentations and contribution in this session, and all our participants for being a part of this international conference. I hope this session was informative enough. We, on the behalf of the whole team, thank you for the support during this 9th version and all the previous 8 versions of this conference. We'll be happy to have you in the 10th version in 2025 as well. All the presenters would be given their digital certificates via mail within 2 working days. And the papers have already been forwarded to the Springer. The publication will be live within 6 months. Kindly cooperate with the team of ICT4SD 2024. I'd also like to thank our session chair, Dr. Rupali Mahajan ma'am. This is a token of appreciation from Team ICT4SD 24 and Global Knowledge Research Foundation and partners. Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable presence.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to the conference organizer, all the speakers and participants. Thank you so much. It was really a wonderful experience for me too. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Now I request everyone to please switch on their cameras for a quick snapshot. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes.